Hey everybody, so we're going to make some chili. I hope you all like it. So what you're going to need, we got a pound of ground beef, we've got some kidney beans, we have tomato paste, diced tomatoes with green chilies, we have some diced onions, we diced up some bell peppers, the reds, greens, yellows, one's a little sweeter than the other. We've got our spices, which is a half teaspoon of lemon pepper. We have salt, about a teaspoon and a half. We have cumin, 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of chili powder. We have a tablespoon of garlic powder and a half teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And so what we're going to do right now, we're going to go ahead and start sauteing the onions, and then we're going to throw the meat in and then slowly gather on top of it and allow everything to just cook down. So here we go. Alright, first you're going to need to splash a little oil in. Then we are going to add our array of onions and bell peppers. Now, if you don't like bell peppers, don't add them. If you don't like onions, don't add those. But we use, I've got like 12 or 13 different recipes for chili, depending on what mood I am, depending on how cold it is. We use sweet onions sometimes yellow onions, sometimes no onions. We have beef chili, we have white chicken chili, we even have a recipe for vegetable or vegetarian chili, and it all tastes good. It just all depends on what you want to throw in there and what kind of mood you're in. So we're going to let this saute down a minute. Okay, so it's slowly getting there. Dogs. Now we're going to start adding about a pound, roughly about a pound of your ground beef. Oh, there she goes. She's sizzling now. Okay. Here I am making a mess already. Alright. So let's get this on. Bell pepper smell good. Okay. Now, depending on how big the family is, this and that, you might want to add another pound if we're going to have a few folks over. I usually use 2 pounds of meat, hamburger in this. But considering it'll probably just be me and eating this because Tyler doesn't like it, and Dylan is on a fast, so I can eat this while he's at work. Alright, so now that's starting to go pretty good. It's starting to reduce down. The meat's starting to cook. So what we're going to do now is add I'm going to add some tomato paste. What's good about this little chili recipe is not only can you make it here in the kitchen, there we go. Not only can you make it here in the kitchen, but if you've got an open fire and you got a cast iron pot, you can make this over an open fire when you're out camping, or heaven forbid if the electric goes out for a couple days. Having alternatives is always a solution in life. You know, I've been in situations to where I've been in foreign countries and we've not had the convenience of electric for a minute, for a couple days. For some reason or another, it's went down, or we were the first people in that area. And you know, MREs are nice and all, but if you're lucky enough to be able to acquire some food, then you know, cooking your own is ultimately best. So I'm going to put about 2 cups of beef broth in there, and there I go again, making another mess. And again, I'm a messy cook, and that's all right. Alright, so now we're going to put all of our spices in. Let's get that going. Now here's the thing, if you don't like beef broth, or you want a hint of beef broth, you can always add some beef broth in, and then add in tomato juice or tomato sauce later. I'm getting ready to add some tomato sauce in here in a second. And I have some tomato juice as backup in case I want to have a little bit more of a tangier taste there. So I'm going to go ahead and add my chili beans in.
Coming.
Is she okay?
Yeah, just crackhead.
Yeah,
What dogs?
that surprised me none. I think the dogs are begging for a treat.
Here.
That or they want this food.
Sit.
Alright, so I put in my
Sit.
3 cans of chili beans, or kidney beans, whatever you want to call them.
Easy. Good boy.
Nice and thick in there. Alright, and lastly, I've got some, well, not lastly, but pretty close to it. Hang on a minute. I've got some diced tomatoes with a little bit of diced chilies in there, and now lastly my tomato sauce. I'm going to mix all of this in. I'm going to bring it up to a nice little rolling boil, and I'm going to back the heat down just a tad once I get it there. And about 30-35 minutes, this chili will be done and ready to eat. Alright, so let's play with the heat a little. Let's try that. Oh yeah, looks pretty good. So you got beans, you got onions, you got bell pepper, you got little chili, onions, tomato dices. You got meat, hamburger meat. To me, this is the start of a healthy chili. Now, being from the land of 1,000 chilies, you can top this off with just about anything. Some sour cream, some cheese, have grilled cheese to dip in it, peanut butter sandwiches to dip in it, blocks of cheese to dip in it. It's all good. Oh, there she goes. She's getting there. Yeah, I hear it. All right. So this will be done in about 35 minutes. Let's let her go. Tweak it just a hair. All right. So we've cooked her down. She's looking great. She's smelling great. The dogs want some, although no, they can't have it. Let's see what she looks like. All right. I put a little cheese in the bottom of my bowl so it'll melt, give it that little cheesy taste there at the end. And let's turn that off. Oh yeah, that looks great. I've got just enough juice to dip some bread, dip some more cheese, put crackers in it. Anyway, I'm going to be eating this. Y'all have a good one.